when it comes to painting and doing portrait work, it's another kind of energy. And sometimes it's hard for me to switch gears. But the three-dimensional work is so powerful, so spiritual. I'm so connected to my spiritual fathers as well as my earthly father.
Hi everybody, this is June from Art in June, Delicacies of Society, and we are getting ready to kick off our winter podcast series, which obviously, you know, I'm going to bring you some phenomenal artists who are going to showcase their work, who are going to do we're going to have a variety of different conversations. We're going to really kind of chop it up. And so my first guest today is none other than the seasoned, talented, poignant, spiritually grounded Walter Clark, who is spending some time with me in Boston. And we're in his studio, and so you'll see some footage of some stuff behind the scenes that we've done already, which you will then check out on my website, artinjune.com. But for now, we're going to just have a conversation with my buddy Walter because I'm so excited to be here. So hello and welcome, Mr. Walter Clark. How are you?
I'm well, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Of course. I would have it no other way. I am
your first interview for the year.
You are my first interview for the year, and I'm excited because, you know, as we talk about art, as we talk about the reasoning, the why of who and what you are and why you do what you do, I think it's always so important to have some real life conversations. And so I think that you are the epitome of what art is.
You make a test where you've been making me blush purple since you've been here.
You are the epitome of what art is. And I mean, I think my audience will agree because I think you are the reason why we are inspired and motivated about art. I think art is oxygen. And to me, you prove that. You prove that art is oxygen. It is in everything that we do. And what I love about your work is that you are able to showcase that in so many different mediums. So talk to me a little bit about who is Walter Clark? Give me a little background.
Well, first of all, I think of myself as a black man. I think of myself as an older brother, seasoned brother.
Seasoned brother.
It's better than old and elderly.
I was just going to say you're mature.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I have excellent work ethics and ethics around working and being around people.
Yeah.
One of the big thrills in my life is showing other people how to do what I do, especially young folks.
Okay, you say that louder so that we can hear you. Say that again.
I love what I do, and I love teaching young people how to do what I do because they learn the basic skills and they go off in a different direction than my direction.
Yeah.
As I did when my father showed me how to weld.
Really? So what did you start out doing? Did you start out being a welder or did you start out being a painter, a visual artist?
Oh, I've done two-dimensional work since I was 5-6 years old. I can't remember a time in my life when I've never created something. My sister talks about a drawing I made at 5 or 6 years old of a farm with animals, horses, and cows and chickens, even though I had never been on the farm.
Wow.
I remember in the first grade of
wow.
reading World's Finest comic book. They cost 12 cents back then. And drawing a picture of Batman and Superman from the cover of the book and showing it to my first grade teacher, who looked at it and said, "Oh, you trace good." That really hurt me. It didn't stop me though.
Absolutely. That's the drive, right?
Oh,
that pushes you forward. That says, you said I can't do this, I'm going to show you.
basically, that's what it came down to. It still hurt, but it didn't stop me. So I've always drawn.
Yeah.
I've always read comic books. In fact, I have an extensive collection at home. I think that helped started me on the road to drawing and rendering people
Okay.
and practicing on my own.
On your own,
Always doing things on my own, just drawing.
So you never went to school professionally
Well, okay.
be taught, or
I went to Mass College of
Okay.
Art for
Okay.
about 6 months.
okay,
Until I figured out it was more important paying my car note, paying rent, and buying soap and toilet paper. So I went back to work.
got it.
But it didn't stop me from drawing.
That's interesting. So let's flip it a little bit, right? Because when we talk about drawing, when I started talking, I talked about you welding as well, right?
Yeah.
So how did you go from doing drawing on canvas or paper?
I believe it happened
welding.
in my mid-20s. I was one of the cool kids. I used to go down to a hairdressing school to get our nails manicured, and I have pictures of one of my peers at 13 years old, dressed in a pair of alligator shoes and a nice sports jacket. That's how we grew up, and that's how I started, I guess, becoming of age
Okay.
from that generation in the 70s. But one day, I looked at one of my father's pay stubs, and I said, Daddy. We called my father, not Daddy. 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 I said, Daddy, show me how to weld, please. And he was so elated and happy. And he did.
Really?
And I've been working with steel ever since.
Yeah. So which medium do you prefer? Or do you have a preference?
Steel.
Steel. Okay. Why steel?
One, because there aren't a lot of brothers in Boston doing it. So I kind of like
an anomaly.
Yes. When it comes to painting and doing portrait work, it's another kind of energy. And sometimes it's hard for me to switch gears.
Mm-hmm.
But the three-dimensional work is so powerful, so spiritual. I'm so connected to my spiritual fathers as well as my earthly father when I'm doing work. I'm always mindful of that.
Yeah. So you're in really two realms.
I never thought of it like that.
You're in two realms as you're working, or manifesting, right? Which brings me to a curiosity I had about you, which is,
Pray tell.
when I'm looking at your work and stuff that you sent me, I often wondered, what do you create when you're feeling dark, when you're feeling low, right? Because, obviously my interest is always about art, but it's mostly because of the mental health foundation that sits in this place of artistry, right?
This is pure catharsis.
Talk to me, my friend.
Oh God! When my heart was broken, I could paint something fantastic. When I felt good about things and things were going great in my life, I could create some of the most fantastic work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like converting almost all of your emotions, and if you're careful and you're good, you can convert pain, you can convert elation, you can convert just normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it all. You can get it all off through artwork. And there's an introspective part of it. You often look at yourself and your relationship to things in the world while you're working, and it's just a powerful place to be.
Wow.
We call it the zone.
The zone.
Yeah.
The zone that has no time.
Time passes.
Time passes.
Your time passes so fast.
Yeah.
Work is just different
Yeah.
when you're working.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to stay until 6 o'clock, but you end up staying till 9 o'clock.
I know, and you don't even realize that
No,
the time has passed. That to me is the beauty
it is.
of creating.
However, as of late, and because I'm so seasoned,
Mature.
I find that there's a period of almost exhaustion
Okay.
afterwards.
Okay.
Of coming down.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a
Yeah.
bad come down.
Right.
It's just coming back to
Yeah.
normalcy.
Well, you're in the other realm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's utopic, is it not? When you're in
It's
in that
spiritual.
space of
It's
time.
It's
Sure.
spiritual. It's just different. It's just you. You feel you while
Yeah.
you're creating. You know?
Authentic.
Yeah. Everything I do is authentic.
Hmm.
You know, I don't bite off of people's ideas. People send me clips from Instagram of other people working in steel, and their work is good. It's cute. It's nice. It's sometimes fantastic. But I want to get back to what I'm doing. I'm really egotistical and selfish about my work. You know,
Okay.
it's nice what you're doing over there, and I'll look at it, but I'm busy making this
Doing
here.
your thing.
Yeah.
And I love that. Because you're committed to it.
Oh,
Right?
just like breathing.
Yeah, you're committed to it. What is what is a day like for you? What do you when you wake up and you know you have okay, you have an open house coming up.
I practice.
What do you do?
I practice a lot of Stoic type philosophy. When I get up, and one of the first things I think of is like how grateful I am for the little bit of shit that I have. I'm grateful for it because at one time I had absolutely none of it, a roof over my head, any of it. So I'm grateful for that.
Sure.
Then I get on the floor. I start stretching.
Okay.
And that's become I'm an addict, so that's become one of my addictions now, and that keeps me physically on top of things.
Okay.
I work with all these young people in here, these 30-something, 40-something folks, so I have to kind of be on top of my game. I teach a lot of young folks, so I have to be on top of my game physically,
Yeah.
as well as mentally.
Okay.
I always looked at myself as one of God's paintbrushes, and my creativity is according to my temperament. And that's how I create things. Some of my things are spiritually deep. Other pieces are whimsical and light. And I just like exploring and playing with that range of emotional work.
No, I think that's wonderful because I also think that speaks to your mental wealth, your mental health, your mental balance, right? Of creating, right? When you're not creating, what's happening to you versus when you are creating. I never really worry so much about what the creative process is. I'm more interested in what's happening to you as you're creating, right? And I think that's just really cool because I think people don't necessarily think about that in the same way that maybe artists do, creators do, creatives do. But I think that is it's breathing, right?
Yes.
It's breathing.
It pervades every part of my life.
Sure.
My waking
Sure.
life. My identity is so embroiled and attached to what I do. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Sure.
I always believe, especially, it seems like the older you get, the more you understand things.
It's called wisdom.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too much because when you start understanding a whole bunch of stuff and everything begins to make sense, it's time to go. So I want that to be a real slow process with me. And I've slowed it down, and I think I've slowed it down, and it's okay. But so much of what I do is like my identity. I'll be an interesting footnote in history in terms of Black art. No one big and famous, but my work makes its mark.
Tell me, how does that feel?
Funny, different.
Tell me a little bit about that. Because I mean, listen, we know that there's a lot of folks who want to be in galleries and museums and want to, be like the Kahindes of the world and making a lot of money and, and their work is in everyone's homes and, libraries and wherever. But then there's some artists who are very laid back and shy about that. And it's really not so much about the fame of it, but about the ability to inspire and motivate in various different ways. Where do you stand on that?
I stand all over the place with that. I agree with the art being a personal thing, something that you do. I know artists that have made pieces and they refuse to part with them.
Right. Oh, I know a few.
Yeah, well, I'll part with just about anything because it's part of the process of growing
Sure.
and developing to me. Yeah, I'm mercenary. I was really mercenary, past tense, about making money and putting my stuff out. Locally, I can do a lot better locally in terms of being out there and being known. But a lot of people have my work. My work is spread out. I've done so much work. I don't know where even some of my pieces are, but I know people love my work. They're not going to use it as a doorstop or something like that.
Do you ask people to take pictures of your work when you give it to them, or does it matter to you? Really?
It really didn't matter until a few years ago when I took a training thing about art and business, art and insurance, and
right.
Yeah, and it started to matter to me. I made it a point, even though my work, people seem to recognize my work. I have a certain signature, I guess. I've made it a point to date and sign all of my
Very
steel
important.
pieces.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I'm kind of on top of that because, like I say, I think I'll be an interesting footnote in history.
I think you'll be more than a footnote, my friend.
And
I think so. I think, I think you have something very powerful to say, and I think you say it in so many different ways, right? Which makes it important for people to understand and to learn and appreciate, right? The man behind the work, I think, is just as important as the work.
Yes,
So,
but my work is like everything. It's like my work goes beyond my character, my personality. I have a sarcastic and acerbic kind of personality, and sometimes I speak out of turn. I talk about what's on my mind.
Yeah.
And that's gotten me in trouble all of my life. But
Really?
nonetheless, it's me, and it's reflected in my work.
Thank you for that, though.
One of the things that I enjoy is saying something even off color that makes someone laugh or smile. I get a charge out of that. It makes me feel good.
That's what makes you the delicacy in this case, right? That's what makes you, because usually I want to be able to bring a delicacy to our interview so that I could talk to folks and say, hey, I'm bringing this delicacy today. I never tell them what it is. I just bring a delicacy to the interview. And so we talk about it and how it makes you feel and whatever. But in this case, I think this is the delicacy, right? The things that we talk about, the things that you've shown me is the delicacy of it all, right? The conversations and the wisdom behind what you do brings a certain type of delicacy because it's fragile, but it's special, but it's strong, but it's grounded, right? So thank you for that, number one. But number two, the other thing I want to know is, so you have an open house happening tomorrow?
Yes, it's our last open house. In September, my employer told me they were shutting down permanently.
This studio?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we can no longer do about 2/3 of our business. We've been stopped and shut down by an irate neighbor. The one person that seems in Jamaica Plain, it seems like she just doesn't like us.
Wow.
And no one's ever done anything to her. I mean, she's filmed us, made calls to the fire department.
So what exactly is her concern? Do you guys even know that you're here?
Yeah, this is a woman that used to bring us beer and food over here. And one night there was a lot of noise when she had a dog sitter watching her dogs, and after that she went on a little bit of a tirade. And yeah, it's affected our financial status. I mean, the welding is good, but there's a lot of casting in bronze that was a big part of our business that we can no longer do.
So where will you do? What would you do?
I have no idea at the moment.
Okay.
These last pieces that you're saying, I'm looking at this as some of the last work that I'll be doing for a while until I figure things out.
Okay.
When she told me this, it twisted my head.
Sorry to hear that, though.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it too.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what am I going to do? Because I know so much of my identity is wrapped up in what I do. When one door closes, another something's going to happen, and I just have faith in that. And something's faded for me.
So where are you going to teach your students?
I don't know, but I'll have someone to teach, I'm sure.
Sure.
After a period of time.
Yeah.
There are some people that are looking into things more than I'm looking into things for myself.
Okay.
So the door will open.
Yeah.
Eshu is going to open the door for me.
Absolutely.
I give him enough candy every morning at the door, so he'll open the door for me.
It has been a really astounding conversation with you. It's astounding because it's thought-provoking. We could talk so much about so many other things, which is why I always like having conversations with artists, because we can think that we're going to talk about one thing and then we go on and talk about something else, and it just gets, time passes, right? Like everything else. It's kind of like when we create, right? We're in the midst of creating so much that we lose track of time.
Well, I know that. I know this is your thing. Just like I do what I do. This is your thing, and this is what you get off on.
I enjoy this. I enjoy this because I always enjoy meeting people, learning about who they are and what they do and why they do what they do. I'm always interested in that. But I'm always interested to also make sure that the artist behind the work is okay, right? That he or she is balanced, right? That up here is okay, so that he can or she can create the other stuff for us to see. Because if this isn't right, nothing else to me matters.
Listen, June, sometimes it's not all right up here.
And that's okay.
And sometimes that reflects in maybe some of my older drawings before I learned how to temper that and really work it emotionally to keep myself all right up here.
I'm happy to hear that.
I had a 10-year residency at Northeastern University as a resident artist. It was a point in my life where I thought I could stand on my own as a working artist. Oh God, I lost my SUV. It was so hot. I was hungry a lot of the time. So it was like, to hell with that working artist stuff.
Let me get a 9 to 5 while I do this on the side. Yeah. And that's okay.
And fortunately, this came along. This came along while I was in residency at Northeastern. And the way the gods worked it out was like, even the work I did on the side was related to what I do here.
Yeah.
It was connected.
Yeah.
So even though the shop is going to shut down. I know another door is going to open somewhere.
Sure.
I'll still be employed by these people,
Yeah.
taking care of certain properties that they have. So it's not going to hurt that much. It's just going to hurt creatively. And it may mean that I have to get back to two-dimensional work for a while,
Yeah.
which will be different because I've been away from it for so long. I have a character named Old Raisin. I guess he might be considered, some people say he looks like me.
Avatar.
Yeah. He's so sarcastic, and he has something to say about everything political and social going on, because he's been in America since the first day of slavery. So I have him doing historical
You're going to create.
stuff. Yeah, he's already created. I have an origin for him and everything. But every once in a while, I put something from Old Raisin on my Instagram.
So we're going to be looking more to hear from
about Old Raisin.
Old Raisin. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm excited. I am excited to hear about that. Tell me something. Let's do a rapid round of conversation. Beer or wine?
Wine, not too often.
Art or sleep?
Yes. I'm just getting back into changing my sleep cycle. Because one of the things I do, I'm involved in a men's group. I told these guys I'm not making a commitment to this because I'm not sure if I like it, and I've been going for the last 8 or 9 months.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, well, I'm still not making a commitment, but it allows me an opportunity to talk about my feelings around certain things I go through and other guys. The group ranges from about 22 to 71, 72, so one of the oldest. It's a nice group. But I've been talking about breaking and changing my sleep cycle. Since I've been here, I got into the habit of waking up early and getting here early.
Okay. So how many hours of sleep do you get?
Oh, maybe about somewhere around 3 or 4.
2 to 4?
I said somewhere 3 or 4.
Okay.
3 or 4.
Okay.
But it's gotten better. I've been getting
Please, you got to do better than that.
5 or 6 hours lately.
Please,
and
that's important.
I've been waking up feeling rested.
I'm happy to hear that.
I'm changing my sleep cycle.
Please.
It's just that I start binge watching
I
Law
know,
and Order and stuff, and I
know. I love Law and Order too. I do. Plug for Law and Order.
Yeah, so I get caught up in
I love Law and Order.
Then,
I do.
Yes, I smoke weed. So smoke weed. We go to sleep.
Okay. But that changes. Okay. Paintbrush or steel?
Steel.
Canvas or paper?
I really don't paint in acrylics. I use watercolors.
Watercolors. Okay. Canvas or watercolors?
I'm locked into working on paper. However, I've done some commissions that I had to use acrylic, and they've come out okay. They've come out really grand.
Okay.
I think I would have found watercolor hard to work with if someone had told me how hard watercolor was to work with. But I had to delve into it in my own, and it's always been fun. I don't see anything. So, paper.
And what do I want to ask you?
Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you, I'm a son of Ogun.
Okay.
Shango is my uncle.
Shango.
So
okay.
Steel is my medium.
Steel. Got it.
All the time.
Got
my preference.
Okay. Morning or night?
Both interesting and fun.
Nice.
I like morning hours, but I also like late evening hours too.
Something
I love
special.
them both.
Something special about that. So, to get to the place where we're going to say thank you, I'm going to say it has been a pleasure chatting with you. It has been a pleasure getting to know a smidgen of what's inside the dome. But I'm happy that we got a chance to talk about that, because I think it's very important for folks to know that, as talented as you are, is also as delicate as you are. And I think that is the beauty of what makes you Walter Clark. So deep bow to you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And I cannot wait to see what else you do next.
Oh, I got a lot of shit on the board. I'm telling you. And all I have to do is walk into something, knock something over, and I see something.
And that's the beauty of inspiration and motivation, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So until next time, thank you so much for listening to the Art in June Delicacies of Society podcast. I look forward to seeing you soon. Be well.